¿Quieres las preguntas en
That's the
español?
freeway. No, en español es muy mal.
How about Finnish?
Finnish? No.
Russian?
My backline has had a lot of
How about
different
Russian?
Serbian, German, French. I don't know. It's been a while.
Congratulations on the clean sheet.
Thank you, thank you.
It looked like Houston was pretty aggressive out there. Just talk for a second about the challenge to defend with their aggressiveness on the pitch.
Yeah, I mean, Houston's been in a really good run of form right now. They're coming off a lot of good results, and we knew it was going to be a difficult game. We knew that they were going to be very tactical, but we also knew that they were able to make plays physically. So we talked a lot about that the last couple of days of just how combative it was going to be, and we needed to match that energy, and we needed to match that in our duels. And I think the guys rose to the occasion. I think you saw. I talked at halftime. I said I liked the little bit of swagger that I saw from the guys, just like coming out of challenges and just kind of like having that little charisma afterward, and it was really good to see.
You guys have talked about just one match can kind of shoot you up the table a couple spots, but do you sense some momentum from the start of the second half here?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about MLS seasons all the time, and different teams get hot at different times, and I think we did enough here in the first part of the season where we can say that we stayed in the hunt the entire time. Even though we were disappointed with results, we were still kind of right there on that playoff line and kind of remaining close. But now these two games, we talk about momentum. We talk about using this summer window here to kind of propel ourselves into a better spot in the playoffs, and we're hoping that we can use this as a catalyst for the rest of the year and try and get hot here in the summer.
Okay, we learned that Rado was going to be leaving. This is his last game, so just kind of thoughts on him leading, and then just also what does it take to get a center back up to speed in the system?
Yeah, I mean, I thought Rado gave us some really good minutes. It was a difficult time for him. He subbed in 20 seconds. He dislocated his shoulder, and then Ring went down in warm-up, and he had to jump in and play. So, I mean, for him, just the resiliency and the minutes that he gave us was fantastic. I wish him nothing but the best going forward. I know it's difficult for whether it's family reasons or whatever it is. Like, for us, we just need to continue to move forward, and having Kip back in the fold was great. I think for the past two games, getting him involved, it's been good. You've seen his confidence been growing with Austin too, and it's good to see him out there with the guys and having that confidence that we've seen in last year and in preseason.
When you have Sebastian, Diego, Danny, Owen all in healthy and top form, I mean, how dangerous is that midfield?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is just continuing to get that chemistry going. I think a lot of this year we've had a bunch of different injuries. Owen was gone for World Cup, so we've just had so many different variations of players out there. We haven't really given everybody a chance to kind of gel as one and kind of get used to one another's movements. This is the second game in a row where we play the same starting 11, and you could kind of see like the chemistry building. You can see guys are playing off of each other a little bit better. When we look at last year, we had 11 to 13 guys that played almost every single game, so that chemistry was building from the very start. This year, we've had to deal with a lot of different injuries. We've had to throw guys into positions that they're not usually playing in. So I think right now, just keeping guys healthy, getting them back to full match fitness, and growing that chemistry and getting results like this is definitely going to be a big thing to help the momentum.
The center back position is not a position that rotates as hard typically, but you've had all the injuries, all the things go down, right, yeah. Just keep going, right? Hopefully we can stop soon. But so with that being said, as a keeper, how difficult is it? How do you adapt to those kinds of situations, knowing that you have different players there right in front of the goal, possibly every game?
For me, it's just getting to know the player during training. Obviously, we have different players with different qualities, and just trying to figure out what they're going to do and kind of their mannerisms on the field. Rado is going to be combative. Julio is going to be combative, but he's more, he takes more risks on the ball, which is good because that's the way we want to play. And then you have Ring, who's an extremely intelligent player, who's going to read the play, who's going to get out into the channel when he needs to. So it's just one of those where I talk about the chemistry, and even for the center backs, just for us getting to know each other on the training field, communicating, even though we can't talk out here at Q2, which is amazing. It does make it a little bit difficult to communicate on the field, but just in training, getting to know the guys, getting comfortable with them. But I think all of our guys have been great, and the spirit in the locker room has been amazing all year.
Houston usually plays in a pretty empty, cavernous stadium, so they probably get to talk to each other when they play. Do you think them not being able to hear each other tonight had a factor on them winning or losing, sir? And us winning?
I don't know the answer to that. I do know that we were talking their road form this year has been a little bit different than their home form. They've really made their home field a home field advantage. I think they were undefeated at home so far this year. Going on the road, it's been a little bit different, and we knew that. But the big thing for us was we talked before the Dallas game about taking those results personal. We talked about the 2 Houston games in Houston, taking those personal, and you saw that little bite tonight. And whether it was them not being used to the stadium, whether it was us just out there for revenge, for whatever reason, I think our guys just stepped up and they executed our game plan perfectly.
You made the fans proud. We're now in first place in the Copa Tejas standings. We control our own destiny. It all comes down to the road trip up to Dallas in August. Are the players looking forward to lifting another trophy in the parking lot? Is that something that you guys talk about or are motivated by?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about Copa Tejas all week. We are the reigning champs right now. We have the trophy. It's something that we want to keep here in Austin with us. Of course, it has to be Dallas, because why not? But this week, these results, these are things that we talked about. We had to focus one game at a time, and after getting these results, being at the top of that Copa Tejas table, like you said, having it in our own hands when we go to Dallas means all the difference in the world, because that means that we get to do it on our terms, and we don't have to wait for other results. And I mean, lifting trophy in a parking lot doesn't matter to me. You're still lifting the trophy. So,
What do you think? I asked you probably a couple times during a couple of years. Why do you think you are not in the All-Star game roster of possible players, since you're doing a very good job, and also the national team? You deserve at least with this
way to go.
Copa Oro. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, for me, we'll see what happens with All-Star this year. All I'm trying to focus on is putting myself in the conversation at all times. I think the last 2 years, I've put myself in that conversation, whether I felt like I got snubbed or not for All-Star, whether I think I should get a look for a national team. It's not really, those decisions aren't really up to me. All I can do is make sure that my play is up to a standard that I can be in that conversation. And I think I've done that consistently over the last 2.5 years. And that's all I can control. All I can control is how I'm playing. All I can control is helping my team win games. And at the end of the day, it's up to other people whether I make national team rosters. It's up to other people if I make All-Star or MLS Best 11. But I'm going to control what I can control, and whatever happens, happens.
Let's do 1 or 2 more.
So I got to ask, because I asked Josh about this. There was a Major League Baseball game tonight. Angels beat the Rockies 25-1. Have you ever been in a game, in a match like that, where it's just so lopsided, you kind of wish there was a mercy rule?
No. Not that I know of.
Red Wedding wasn't you, right?
It was not me. I like how you call it the Red Wedding, though. That's, wow, that one's tough. Yeah, no, the 7-0 Red Bull, no, that wasn't me. I was from Columbus at that time, but no.
All right.
And as long as I'm on the other, the winning side of it, I don't want a mercy rule, so.
Yeah.
Brad, over the last week, not even 2 weeks, last week, has there been a sense of you guys kind of finding, that part, what you guys are capable of, that really just, even if the performances were there, the results, for whatever reason weren't representing that? Is this more reflective of what you guys feel like is the potential of this team when it's healthy?
I mean, obviously, when we weren't getting the results, it was pretty easy to just be like, well, the results aren't there, and not kind of look at the whole process in general. I do think that I mean, I stood in front of all y'all and I was like, hey, like the performances are good. I'm not gonna fault the guys' efforts. Like the results aren't there. We're just not scoring goals and we're giving up cheap moments. Like we weren't bad all the time. It was just like these moments that we weren't clicking on. I think this week we hit on all of those moments. I think we capitalized on our chances to score goals, and we were buttoned up defensively, and we made the plays that we needed to on the defensive end. When we look back on the season and we talk about like the first half, it was just one of those where those moments weren't happening. So now it's how do we keep that consistency? How do we keep making those plays? How do we, like Josh always says, like you never know what play is going to be the one that defines the game, and kind of letting that sit in guys' head and just like you never know what play is going to be the one. So you have to make every play count. And I think over the past 2 games, I think the guys really took that on, and hopefully we can continue that on through regular season and league time.
In stoppage time, you made a hell of a save, and it looked like you refused to celebrate because you knew the corner kick was coming. My interpretation of that is you really wanted the clean sheet. What did the clean sheet tonight mean for you?
I'm a goalkeeper. I love clean sheets. No, I mean, it's good. We talked about being sound defensively, and I think the guys did extremely well. The wall did their job and made it predictable where it was coming to goalkeeper side and gave me a chance to make the save. And overall, I'm just super proud of this group. We were, you can see the guys having fun offensively and scoring goals. You can see the guys defensively taking a real pride in it. I don't know if y'all caught Rado's slide tackle in the first half, and then his like plea to the fans, and then he blocks a shot, and just that type of energy, that type of like passion, and I mean all the guys are like showing that, and it's just fun to be a part of when it's happening. And for me, I'm not a big celebrator of saves. I don't know why, but it's just not like who I am. But as long as I get the clean sheet, I'll celebrate at the end of the game.
All right,
Coach
let's
Roy
close
always-
it. Sorry, Stu. Let's close it.
I was
there.
just gonna say,
Let's-
Coach Roy always said you act like you've been there before.
Yeah.